So I wanted to share a powerful symbolic dream that I had of Babylon several years back. The dream started with two travelers, and they were traveling on this trail at night, and they came upon this magnificent city that they just had to go and visit. When the travelers arrived to the city, it was unlike anything that they had ever seen. There was beautiful, bright lights, celebrations. The city seemed to be filled with joy and happiness, and they were immediately welcomed in. As the men became more acquainted with the city, the individuals inside the city slowly introduced these men to sin. They were doing and saying things that they would never have imagined doing or saying before they came to that city. And the men started to realize that this city wasn't all that it seemed to be, and that there was conspiring works within this city. And there was a plot that any time travelers came to it, they would slowly introduce these individuals to sin until these individuals became so engrossed in sin and shame that they would never leave. The travelers would feel as if there was nowhere else that would accept them. And so in the bleak of night, these two travelers decided to sneak away from the city before it became too late. So slowly they snuck out and started crawling through the weeds outside the city to hide themselves. And this is where the dream took a bit of a turn. All of a sudden, I became one of these men, and I could feel what he was feeling at that very moment. And it wasn't fear, it wasn't joy for sneaking out, it was sorrow. He was mourning in tears because he did not want to leave the city. He did not want to leave those sins behind. And the emotions were so impactful that when I woke up, my face was filled with tears because I knew exactly how that man felt. And in that moment, I knew exactly what it felt like for many of us to leave Babylon behind. So when we read scriptures like we did this last week in Doctrine and Covenants 133 of fleeing Babylon, getting out of Babylon, it's important to remember what that spiritual Babylon is, that it's wickedness. When we flee Babylon, we are fleeing the midst of wickedness. And that is something that is sometimes very difficult to do. We may feel shamed from loved ones and friends. It may often feel like a lonely path. And in those moments, it's so important to remember this promise in the same section of Doctrine and Covenants, that since the beginning of the world hath not men heard, nor perceived by ear, neither hath any eye seen, O God, besides thee, how great things thou hast prepared for him that waiteth for thee. Babylon might seem bright and beautiful and fun and exciting, but it is nothing compared to what awaits for us. It is near impossible to even comprehend the beauties that our Father in heaven has in store. So let's all take up courage and flee Babylon, even if it's just in small ways. Flee it today. Take those initial steps today. And if you feel like you don't have the strength, ask God for that strength. The one who spake in righteousness is mighty to save.